Hi, here we are, a preview for our sale coming up on Sunday, January the 14th at the early time of 12 p.m. Lots of furniture and mid-century, but here we have a beautiful Nichols Art Deco Chinese carpet. Before we go in the main room, we have a nice Steinway Model S mahogany piano, serial number 285920. Seems to play nicely. Into the main room, Steve, I'm just going to let you pan the room and view the walls and the floor because the other appraisers are going to get into closer detail. Up here we have, in the sale, we have lots of nice lighting. We've got various Empire-style chandeliers, gilt metal balloon-style chandeliers. We have nice beaded cut glass chandeliers, gilt chandeliers. And over here, Steve, we have a beautiful pair of figural candelabra in the form of a knight, raised on a marble base, nice bronze, nice quality. Here we have a bronze marble clock atop a marble base. With that, I'm going to bring you over to the smalls over here. Okay, in the smalls, we have a nice selection of B&G porcelain. We have some quite good size Lalique France glass here. We have some nice Mari porcelains, Asian scrolls, Inuits, a set of Minton porcelain down here. Okay, as in every sale, we seem to have one of these. It's a Le Coultre Atmos clock in good condition. Here we have a very fine quality bronze figure with ivory face and hands. I believe it's by an artist called Descamps. It's on an alabaster base. We have lots of silver, which Whitney will get to, but this is a collection of vanity items with a nice guilloche or enamel top. We have marble statuary. Here's a nice collection of Meissen because we have 14 dinner plates. We have some nice mid-century Murano glass. Over here we have a really super quality porcelain centerpiece. It's raised on a nice marble or bronze surround. It's loose, it needs to be attached, but that's a really superb quality and good looking piece. We have marble, nice marble clock here. We have a Chelsea ship's clock here. These are a nice pair of 18th or 19th century coolers, missing the inserts, I believe. This is a nice piece of Venini glass, mid-century. And here we have a nice LCT Tiffany Favril vase. I believe it's slightly as is. And with that, Steve, I'm going to hand you over to Bruce, who'll get into more detail on some of the furniture and the Asian item. See you on Sunday.
Thanks, Ron. Our first item, my first item today is this pair of antique 19th century rose medallion palace urns in exceptional condition. A little bit of gilding loss, but you'd be hard pressed to find a better pair. Terrific detail. And they come on their original antique Chinese hardwood stands, a matched pair. Out of an estate in Long Island is a good-sized pair of antique Southeast Asian bronze foo dogs or temple guardians. They may be Indian, but they're a good antique pair if you can see the details on them, Steve, with the inlaid quartz eyes and this schist sort of mirrored application. A really exceptional pair. And in between them, a 19th century French bronze-mounted desk and chair with a little clock in the middle, very high quality bronze mounts. And out of a local estate in Mount Vernon, or maybe Pelham, a beautiful 19th century, a real palace vase, must be 4 feet tall or bigger. Japanese, I guess. Beautiful decoration. And over here, Steve, this is just 2 of a set of 8 antique, or at least vintage, but I think antique hardwood Chinese spindleback chairs. They're much more impressive when you see the group of 8 together if you'll look on our website. And here a real nice Louis Vuitton, an early Louis Vuitton trunk. No liners, but a good early one in relatively good condition. I seem to have a lot of interest in these Louis Vuitton trunks these days. And just in from an estate this morning is this large 4-tiered bronze dessert tray, I'll call it, or dessert table, 4 tiers with a little bronze putti surmount. A hard to come by large bronze item. And a few items of note here. This just came in yesterday. I would say an exceptional Japanese short sword with gold with gold work, original lacquer case, signed on the tang. You can see all the details on our website, but an extra nice Japanese short sword. A 19th century rose medallion Chinese moon flask, little stylized dragon handles. And here a 19th century Chinese enameled vase, a beautiful light green background color. And a pair of antique Chinese roof tiles mounted on lucite stands. An extra grade pair, I would say. And also just in yesterday, from the same house as the sword, is a two-tone ivory chess set. Chinese, surely Chinese, 20th century. Here's the color of the other pieces. A pair of mid-century carrule form benches, little neoclassical style benches, always popular. And here, Steve, out of a barn in Greenwich just this morning is this 19th century, probably Italian, definitely continental, Renaissance style table with lion bases. An antique Georgian, English, but chinoiserie decorated bow front hanging corner cupboard. I hope you can see the detail, how beautifully painted this is with ships, Chinese people, a nice shaped interior. We have a big load of this elm and softwood Chinese furniture right out of a house in Connecticut. Very nicely carved and a good size to it. And here, Steve, an English signed Minton Majolica urn on stand, or jardiniere on stand, commonly referred to as secessionist. It's a secessionist style design. And here a set of 3 19th century American, either hobby horses or little, probably from a little carousel where they swung from a carousel. There's 3 of them being sold in one lot. Glass eyes. And to wrap it up for me today, Steve, is this 19th century ivory inlaid credenza. I suppose it's from Milan, Italian, I think. It's almost Herderesque, but I think this one's Italian. Needs a little bit of work, but a beautiful quality credenza. And with that, I'll turn it over to Nelia, and we hope to see you at the auction. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Bruce. We'll start with the fine art. Here's a wonderful painting of the Grand Canyon by Harry Raymond Henry. He's a Western-based and Midwest artist, did a lot of California landscapes. I think the light and the color in this scene is just phenomenal. Kind of an early to mid 20th century artist. And up here, bringing it to the more contemporary works, we have a Peter Max, that iconic Statue of Liberty image. This is an original acrylic on canvas. If you'll recall in the last sale, we had a printed American flag with heart that sold for about $1,200. This is an original piece here. And just up here we have a nice abstract by Mel Fowler, an artist we have sold several of in the past. He tends to do sort of modernist still lifes. This one is called Mediterranean Arches 2. Nice colorful piece. We have several prints in this auction. The first piece I'm going to show you is actually a Diego Rivera. It's a reproduction of his frescoes, a portfolio. And while the portfolio alone is not necessarily of significant value, this piece is hand-signed by the artist and dated February 16th, 1948. So it's a nice piece right out of an estate. It was gifted to the consignor by the artist. Over here is a dark little mezzotint and aquatint by Edward Munch. And while it is not hand signed, we have just taken it out of the frame today, and it has several condition issues. There is a nice collector seal down here at the bottom. HHH, we believe it's a collector stamp, and an inscription on the lower right that we have yet to make out. We do know that The same work actually has sold for $190,000 for the signed version of this print. Well, we don't expect this one to bring that amount of money. We hope it may be a bit of a sleeper and surprise us the day of the sale. Next to it, actually out of the same estate, is a Gustav Baumann woodblock print with that aluminum foil called April, a nice spring scene with the cherry blossoms. These are always solid prints. We hope this one will do well. Next up is one of 3 pieces in this sale by a Russian artist, Mark Sterling. This one here is a more modernist still life. There's another still life I'll show you by the artist in the other room. Nice use of colors. Bringing it back to the prints, we have a Joel Shapiro. This is also a woodcut, but a nice big size. These are nice modern pieces. We have another from the same, actually it was an office collection in the other room, but these are nice contemporary works, 1989. Here we have 2 Marie Laurencin prints, lithographs of women with nice headdresses on. The renowned French artist and illustrator, also known for her prints and posters. We also have a small etching by Marie Laurencin in this auction as well. Here in the center we have a beautiful 19th century watercolor by Veronica de Matteis. She was actually a nun in the convent of Santa Maria de Maddalena in Florence, Italy. And this is actually a reproduction of a fresco done by Pietro Perugino in the 15th century in that church. It's in that original tabernacle frame. There's a beautiful Latin inscription, although it's a little bit faded, across the top, with a nice 19th century gallery or antiquity shop label on the back. And this is fresh out of an estate in Rye. Beautiful quality, just a tremendous watercolor. Although this pastel may seem a little bit dark, the colors are actually quite nice. This is by Walter Otto Beck. Beautiful woman situated in a garden. There is a very faint signature in the lower right-hand corner. Here we have a rather surreal, or almost abstract, scene by Theodore Gilbert Haupt. Now he was actually an American illustrator working in the 20th century, early to mid 20th century, and did covers for Vanity Fair, for the New Yorker, and later on switched to these abstract, surreal, modern scenes. This is dated 1937, perhaps the beginning of World War II. Not sure if that is the association or not, but it's a pretty interesting painting, a lot going on, dark scene, but a lot of heavy undertones there. This large print is by Robert Mangold. I mentioned the Joel Shapiro in the other room. This came out of the same office collection. It was a dissolution of a business, but these are just nice use of colors, nice shapes, abstract, great for any contemporary home. And from the same collection is this precisionist oil on canvas. Unfortunately, we have not been able to identify the artist, although it is signed illegibly in the lower right-hand corner there. Just a really nice quality piece. A lot happening. This large work here is signed Shelley and dated 1967. Unfortunately, we have not been able to pin down the artist Shelley, but it's just a really nice scene, the nice expressions in the faces of the men on the street, United States sailing in the background, nice sized work. It's got that nice rustic feel, nice painting. Quickly show you this nude here, a very pretty painting, very delicate. Signed in the left, although we have not been able to pin down the artist, but I suspect it's a Hungarian work. It has been lined, some work has been put into it, so we do feel it probably is of importance. We just have not been able to pin the artist down here. Up above is a nice large-scale French lithograph by Marodin, Cycles Brillant. Nice poster here, colored, printed by Paul Dupont, Paris. This also fresh out of an estate, nice large size. Next to it is the other still life by Mark Sterling. I showed you the other one in the front hall. This one here, very different style, creates a different kind of mood with those muted colors. I just love the bird and the violin and the fruit. There's just something about this still life that's, a little different from the usual. This one here by Jean de Forest-Stoll, 1960, kind of impressionist style, of a woman and her child just standing in front of a factory. You see the man with his lunch bag in the background. Also has a nice feel, a nice mood to it. This is an American artist. Up here we have the nice whimsical, beautiful scene by Jean de Botton in a decorative frame. It's a French ballet. There's a lot happening. You can see the different characters within the ballet as well as the viewers sitting in the balcony. It's a terrific grouping, a great package. This dark oil on canvas is by Sid Solomon. It's actually entitled French Cafe. You can see the woman there holding a crate of wine bottles. Nice little scene, came out of an estate in Norwalk. It is signed down here Sid, and it's inscribed on the back as well. Needs a frame for it. From the same estate is this charcoal. You've got several nudes surrounding that mammy type figure. A really interesting drawing. We have not been able to work out the signature on this piece either, so that's several mysteries in this sale. But I believe it may be French. This did undergo some fire damage. There's remnants of singeing on the back of this Heidenreich frame. But expensive framing, possibly important. We hope somebody does pin that one down. This is one of 3 works by Judith Sobel. She's a Polish-born artist, also active in Israel. Nice landscape here, and above it a still life. And there's a third still life somewhere else in the hall, but you have to come in to see that one. This is a nice Dutch painting by Gerard Hoordijk. And the tear to it is quite unfortunate because it's a wonderful circus scene with the performer balancing on the horse, really nicely painted, reminds me a little bit of Seurat. But hopefully someone will invest the money and patch that one up. Up here is an oil on canvas out of a Long Island estate by Tully Filmus. It's called The Stamp Collector. I just love to see collectors and artists and things like that in painting, so it's a great subject. We have about 6 or 7 Haitian paintings in this sale that come from an estate in Norwalk. This is one of them by a female artist, Jasmine Joseph, and she's known for these very mythological or fantasy-like paintings of animals. You see this animal dog-like figure as an island, just surrounding the village. Really nice scene. And another one I'd like to point out is this Philippe Auguste, also an oil on masonite of jungle animals. The colors are terrific. We had a still life by the same Haitian artist about 3 sales back that did quite well. We'll finish up with this mid-century bronze by Sebastian Tamari, a French sculptor known for these very modern figural pieces. This one's actually accompanied by receipts from 1964 from a gallery in Paris, so it's a very good provenance. It's actually out of an estate in New Jersey. But I just love the formation here. Beautiful piece. Well, that wraps it up for the fine art. I'm going to throw to Whitney now, who will show you some of the jewelry and sterling coming up in our sale. Thank you.
Hi, thank you, Nelia. I'm going to go through a selection of jewelry and sterling silver in this auction. Here we have a 14 karat Victorian gold necklace. It is unmarked, but tests as 14 karat. It is a beautiful necklace, however, there is a small repair to the chain here, but would not be visible while worn since it will fall at the nape of the wearer's neck. Here we have a group of 14 karat yellow gold rings, pearls. This is a smoky topaz, and this is my favorite here, a deco style sapphire and diamond ring. Next up is a small group of kind of a southwestern style sterling lot. Some malachite, some turquoise. This is my personal favorite, a malachite and sterling pendant on this multi-strand chain. There are additional pieces of jewelry in this auction that can be viewed on our website. And now we're going to move into the sterling silver selection. Here we have a Tiffany & Company tea set here, including a circular tray, a teapot, creamer, and a sugar vessel, which does have a small dent to the rim but does not take away from the overall look of this set. These 3 pieces alone weigh approximately 39 troy ounces, not including the teapot, which does have a wood handle, and this weighs 18 troy ounces. One of my personal favorite pieces in this sale is a Tiffany & Company mixed metal piece. It has a nice hand-hammered texture to it depicting frogs. I don't know if you can see those here. And this weighs approximately 10 troy ounces. Next, we have a grouping of Camuso Peruvian sterling plates. These are being sold as 2 lots. We have 12 dinner plates, 12 luncheon plates, and 12 dessert plates. The dinner plates are being sold as one lot, and then the luncheon and dessert plates as one lot. This totals approximately 342 troy ounces. Next, we have a very sweet little filigree folding screen here, little food dogs on the legs. It is marked. I'm not sure if you can see this on the back. On each leg there is a little mark. And that's that. Nice little floral design. Next, we have a very heavy Mexican sterling tray, a nice little leaf form design in the center, and it is hallmarked on the back. However, I was unable to decipher who the hallmark is. And here we have a 3-piece tea set, a teapot, sugar vessel, and creamer. And last but not least, an 800 silver and cut glass centerpiece. It is marked on the bottom 800. And this centerpiece has a really beautiful rose motif to it. And that about wraps it up for our jewelry and silver selection for this sale. And we hope to see you February 24th at 12 p.m. And I'm going to pass you over to Keen.
All right, thanks, Whit. Okay, here's some of the mid-century, some of the better pieces we have in the sale coming up. Right here, Tommy Parzinger console, labeled Sherrick Modern on the inside of the drawer. Parzinger started designing for Sherrick Modern in 1939. It's got the nice split pulls, one drawer on top of true drawer. Nice classical design on the bottom, modern on top. Moving right along, we have a really unique, really nice 5-piece Dorothy Draper bedroom set, as seen in the show Sex and the City, if you're interested in that. Dorothy Draper, one of the icons in design in late 40s, early 50s. Really nice piece right here. Continuing over here, we have the Herman Miller bedroom set designed by Gilbert Rohde. One of the better pieces in the set is this beautiful vanity with varying kind of storage drawers on the top here. Glass comes with these chests of drawers, the mirror, the vanity, the stool, and 2 side end tables right here. All right, and from the same estate as the Parzinger console I just showed you is this really nice mid-century sofa. Like I said, the same estate, so it's a good chance that it is Tommy Parzinger as well. It's unlabeled, but it's very good condition, very nice. And that basically wraps it up for me. I hope to see you all there February 24th at 12 p.m. for the sale. Thank you.